Okay, so this next piece is called dot, 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 always. And it's a piece that talks about relationships. It talks actually about marriage and kind of my experiences with marriage and how we've progressed and changed and grown together. Marriage is definitely not for the weak. It's not for the punk. It's for someone that's willing to make the commitment to hang in there even when it's not always the easiest thing to do, to learn, to grow, to sometimes throw away the things that you thought you knew and embrace those things that you had no clue about. So definitely marriage is an adventure. And then if you are willing to be the best person you can be, marriage can be one of the most beautiful, unbelievable. Yeah, I haven't came up with words for it yet. So definitely, it's a great thing, and I thank God for it on a daily basis. So I hope that you enjoy this piece. It's called Dot Dot Always. I committed to loving him long before I understood what love was. I mean, I had this idea of love. This fantasy-filled, white picket fence, smiling bunny rabbits and rainbows idea of love, where the days were blissful always, and the money was plentiful always, and the love-making was constant always. And disagreements, well, they happened in theory, but kind of in this fog-filled bubble that in actuality wasn't disagreements, but more like a reason to make love again. Always. And then, well, always was sporadically, temporarily, increasingly more often than not out of order. And I learned what love really was. I mean, I had the smiles, but I also had the, if you talk to me one more time in that tone of voice, ... And yeah, we had the money be plentiful, but we were also young and naive and fiscally ignorant. And so the convo sounded like, what bill came in? How are we going to pay for it? What do you mean the money is gone? ... And the lovemaking, it started constant. Added children, 20 pounds, and self-image issues that couldn't be articulated in words for communication, and therefore came out as avoidance and neglect until ... became the constant and another hole in our armor for our known but unseen enemy to attack through. Blissful days were accompanied with emotional roller coasters of hormones and stress and miscommunication, and yet we were supposed to be this blessed. Agreements to disagree were the norm because, see, honesty was avoided, to shelter emotional baggage that took work to unpack and therefore was better left alone until ... roommate, co-parent, co-signer, other adult in the house, stranger were our roles. And ... became the description of our souls until I learned to love. He learned to love. We learned to love. We learned to let love have the final say. And we grew from immature adults and put away our childish ways. Removal of I while learning to love me so that we could understand the power of we. The gift of love to two souls that were willing to be vulnerable enough to be honorable when the world says that you are a fool because there's so many fish, hell, they jumping out the ocean into your pool. And that sometimes shutting up is the best thing to do, enough to be able to take the truth about you. And that love didn't come and go and change when life rearranged, and that love didn't exist only on the good days, but love was bigger than the pain, and that it held on through the tears and fears and lies digested in our youth, and that it would overcome our faults with the power of its truth, and that love wasn't weak or fickle or an emotionally driven punk, and that in the end you would learn how to embrace the totality of your being and release yourself and him from your junk. Yeah, I committed to loving him long before I knew what love really was, who love really was. How love would have me love him, for him, through him. But now that I know, I can't stop, ever. Cause the dots are better than any words I could replace them with. Even when the rainbow is gone and the bunny rabbits have hopped away and the blissfulness is more like blisters and the communication is stalled and lovemaking is interrupted and the money could have a 2-hour long HBO special all on its own. And the dots are both adjectives and adverbs. Loving him makes loving him better than dot or even dot. And so I will love him until dot always. Te amo, papi.